of citizens being raped, and women and girls were scrambling to safety. These were mothers, these were wives, these were sisters, these were daughters of our fellow citizens. Other criminal elements, in turn, began to unleash on citizens in different parts of the state, from Fagba in Iju area of Lagos to Ebute Metta, where in Ebute Metta, 19 officers and men of the RRS were severely injured by armed thugs. The level of insecurity in different parts of the state became heightened with multiple attacks at various police stations. This lawlessness blossomed into attacking and lynching of police officers at Habab Macaulay and also at Alapere, areas of Lagos. This took a more dangerous turn yesterday morning, 20th of October, when the Orile Gomo police station, the Ajeromi in Ajegunle police station, and later the Lasamaja police stations were all razed down by all of these hoodlums, by arsonists. Chaos took another dimension at one of our local government headquarters in Ajeromi local government. This headquarters yesterday morning was razed down completely, looted, burnt down, with over 40 vehicles in the premises, burnt down, commercial bank in the vicinity, looted and burnt down. Hoodlums even made attempts at entering both the Apapa port and the Tinkan port yesterday morning. As these were unfolding, I had to do further consultations, and we respected civil society leaders, some of our religious leaders, some of our traditional rulers, and some concerned parents. We intensify our efforts as a government to persuade the leading lights of the NSAS protest to suspend the protests in view of the rising insecurity in the state. We made the case that their battle has indeed been won. We made the case that we additionally considered that they could resume their peaceful protest in Lekki and Alausa once we have succeeded in taming the rising wave of insecurity in the state. To achieve this, however, we needed to blanket the stoppage of all forms of protest so as to make it difficult for the violent tendencies that are creeping in amongst the peaceful protestants. Our governance of security strategy requires that we do not make a different rule for different groups of protestants at different times. Sadly, we did not succeed in persuading the group of protestants at the Lekki Toll Plaza to agree to this. Fellow Lagosians, we were able to persuade the many protestants at Alausa, and they were dispersed peacefully ahead of the start of the curfew. Many of our youths at the Lekki Toll Plaza insisted on continuing with the protest. Sadly, there was no leadership to appeal to, as they had continually maintained that remaining leaderless was indeed a strategy for them. For clarity, it is imperative to explain that no sitting governor controls the rules of engagement of the military. I have nonetheless instructed an investigation into the ordered and the adopted rules of engagement employed by the officers and men of the Nigerian Army that were deployed to the Lekki toll gate last night. This is with a view to taking this up with the higher command of the Nigerian Army and to seek the intervention of Mr. President in his capacity as the Commander-in-Chief to unravel the sequence of events that happened yesterday night. Fellow Lagosians, whilst we pray for the swift recovery of the injured, we are comforted that we have not recorded any fatality as against the widespread circulation on social media. Both myself and the leadership of my Ministry of Health have been going round. Indeed, we went round all the hospitals last night. We went round the mortuaries last night to see and to monitor for ourselves what has happened and to look and identify the injured protesters. It is therefore relevant to let you know that we have also personally visited the hospitals that took in these patients. 10 patients were at the General Hospital in Lagos. 11 patients were at the 2 locations of the Reddington Hospital, both in Lekki and Victoria Land, and another set of 4 patients were at Vidic and later transferred to the Grenville Hospital, also in Victoria Land and in Ajah area. And I want to expressly say that over the night, 2 of them had to go through surgery, and I'm happy to say that they're both stable and they're recovering very well. Quite a number of the others are just mild to moderate states. Indeed, 3 of them has been discharged, and I'm told this morning that additional 3 or 4 will be discharged anytime from now. Fellow Lagosians, in the sensitive mood, with the mood of the nation at this time, I have directed further that we have an immediate suspension of all state activity for the next 3 days, except those that are connected with the governance of security in the state and the management of the current issue. I've also directed that at all public buildings, if you can reach, that we will lower the flag for the next 3 days as a mark of respect and solidarity for the protests. It may seem like the darkest hours of our history as a people. Our sun will rise again. From the present ashes of our morning today, a bright morning shall emerge from the womb of time, and we, as Lagosians, shall rise again. From the lowest place where this incident has thrown us, we shall rise with the wings like the phoenix and regenerate ourselves with new strength for a brighter tomorrow. As we walk this space in our history, let us remain one resilient people under God with absolute faith, trusting that we shall indeed rise again. Where we're not in faith, I apologize for everything that has happened. I want to once again, and passionately from the depth of my heart, appeal to our team youths, to our Protestants, that they should please give peace a chance. There have been several reported cases of arson, of destruction already this morning. I want to plead with parents. I want to appeal to guardians. I want to appeal to our citizens, especially our youth, that I am for you. I am with you. I feel the pain, and I understand that indeed you are not happy with what the turn of events had been last night. I want to say once again that as your governor, I will do everything to ensure that every life indeed do matters. Thank you very much for listening.